Hi, I'm Richard Jolly-Chandra. I'm the CEO of Technorati.
This is Frank Eliason. You may know me as Comcast Cares on Twitter.
Hi, this is Chris Brogan from chrisbrogan.com.
Hey, I'm Scott Monty.
Hi, I'm Darren Rouse from ProBlogger.net.
Hi, I'm Wendy Pearsall.
Hey, Brian Clark here from copyblogger.com.
I'm Steve Rebell.
Hi, I'm Mari Smith, and you're watching Social Media Examiner TV.
Michael Stelzner from socialmediaexaminer.com. I'm joined today by Alex Wheeler. She's the Director of Digital Strategy for Starbucks. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks, Mike. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you. You know, Starbucks is doing some awesome things with social media. On Facebook, you guys have 6 million fans. How did you get there? Can you share with me a little bit about the story?
Yeah, sure. I think the most important thing is it really starts with the roots of Starbucks and our brand, and really that, you know, our brand was built one store at a time, one, you know, customer, one barista interacting, you know, and that built a great brand around social and engagement. And so when you look at, you know, technology is just a new way to extend that brand presence. It's just a real natural fit for Starbucks. So one of the great things about our Facebook community is it started organically. So when we decided that we wanted to engage on Facebook with our customers, there were already fan pages that existed, and we, you know, reached out to the people who own those pages and said, hey, we'd love to start an official Starbucks presence. Would you want to be part of that community? And they did. They welcomed that, and we actually, you know, engaged with them, consolidated that into one experience, and started to build that over time. So I'd say one thing is that the brand really speaks volumes to people naturally, but the other thing is we've invested in it over time, both through resources and how we engage in a dialogue, you know, daily with those people, but also, you know, through advertising and driving fan growth through paid digital advertising on Facebook.
You just mentioned a little bit about how you engage with those people daily. Can you share some of the tips for other businesses? What have you learned as far as engaging your customers?
Sure. Well, I think what we do is we really view this as a relationship, and so we want to honor all of the dimensions of a relationship. And it's not just about offers. It's really about much more than that. It's about, you know, brand stories. So whether it's our trip to Rwanda and fair trade and sharing a video of that, which people found very you know, exciting, and they looked at the photos and they thought that was a really cool journey. We never had a channel to really share and give that texture to the brand experience, or if it's, you know, galvanizing people around a shared ideal like Product Red and getting people to come into store on World AIDS Day where their beverage could donate, you know, 5 cents to the Global Fund, or if it's just sharing something really fun and silly like we did on April Fool's Day, and the, you know, plug and pour USB drive that we said would deliver coffee from your computer. You know, it's again honoring all the different dimensions of a relationship, whether it's serious or it's fun or it's, you know, getting people involved, and looking at how do we engage across a range and not just in one way. Like it's not just hit the offer button.
About a year ago, you guys announced an instant coffee called Via, and I believe you used social media to help launch that. Can you share a little bit about what you did and how it worked?
Sure. Well, we did. We launched it a year ago in just 2 markets in the U.S., and we use social media predominantly to listen to our communities and what did they think about Starbucks Via, and how could we help to amplify, you know, people who thought it was a great idea and share stories around how they were using the product, and also listen to what did people need to understand about us entering a very new space, right? So Starbucks creating an instant coffee was certainly a different idea for the brand, and so how could we listen and use that feedback to develop whether it was content or messages that could make people feel really great about it. And then as we rolled out Via nationally last fall, we looked at a social media strategy in a much bigger way, and you know, involving people to share how their Via moments. So where were they using it? We have some great, we actually ran a contest across some different what we would call usage occasions, whether those are, you know, out in the wild or at your office. And so we have some great, you know, photos and videos and written stories from our customers about how they're using the product.
So with the contest, was it you were looking for the most creative videos or pictures where people were actually brewing instant Starbucks coffee? Was that the kind of idea behind it?
Yeah, definitely. Just looking for the best, you know, and interesting, and what was a great, you know, submission. I think we got a lot of submissions, and it was a lot of fun. It was a great range, you know, both in content type, so written word versus photo versus video, as well as across a different, you know, all the different ways you could use the product, whether that was at home or at work or, you know, camping or, you know, all of those different, traveling, etc.
You mentioned video. I know Starbucks was involved with some great videos for the Haiti disaster. Can you talk a little bit about that particular video campaign and maybe what you guys did and how you view video?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think that video is an important, way to engage users online today. And so with Haiti in particular, we had the benefit of working cross-functionally within our organization and working with the advertising team and with our entertainment group to reach out to Wyclef Jean and actually produce a video that could speak to what we were doing. And what we did was enable all of our stores to take donations for the Red Cross. You didn't have to make a purchase, but you could come in and you could actually donate money. So video was really a tool for us to engage customers and let them know that they had this option to, if they wanted to contribute to the Haiti relief program.
Now, I noticed you guys have YouTube channels and you also put video up on Facebook. Do you have a personal opinion as to which one of those channels is better for video?
They're different, and we view all our channels differently, right? So YouTube is a great platform for us to catalog all of our videos and for people to be able to share them very easily and to rate them and to have a conversation. Facebook, it's great to keep people within that experience. They really appreciate and enjoy that. So a lot of times we'll post video in both places, but they, again, have different roles.
Right.
So it just really depends on what the content is and where it lives, yeah.
I've heard you use the phrase scrappy when it comes to making decisions in social media. Can you talk a little bit about what that means?
Yeah, well, I would say this team was born out of scrappiness and the ability to, one of the things that we talked about was, ask for forgiveness, not for permission in the beginning. We certainly, I think, are past that tipping point in the organization where we do a lot more outside of that principle now, but in the beginning it was, how could you be reactive? How could you not get precious about having some big architected strategy and move on something? How could you be opportunistic and take advantage of something very quickly? But I think it's just about being nimble and fast and thoughtful and doing things very quickly with few people, few resources, right?
Absolutely. If you had to give any advice to your peers about social media, what are some of the big lessons that you've learned over the last period of time?
I think, thinking about things holistically. So, people don't just engage with social media channels. They have, they engage with your brand across both online and offline channels. So being really plugged in organizationally to understanding how that fits within the big picture is important. You don't want to have a completely redundant experience or have a great experience here and be let down there. And so I think being holistic in your planning and your view and approach, but then balancing that with what's right for your channel. So I think that's an important thing, thinking about social media and digital in the right way and not just, repurposing something that might live in an offline space for online. It doesn't quite make sense. So honoring kind of what that channel is capable of from an engagement perspective. Those are two things that I would say.
Excellent. Where can folks learn more about Starbucks? What are your addresses and so on and so forth?
Well, we have a pretty simple strategy and keeping it focused. So Facebook.com/Starbucks, Twitter.com/Starbucks,
YouTube.com/Starbucks.
Yep, you got
Awesome.
it. And on our Facebook page, there's a Around the World tab, and you can look at all of the different countries that also have Facebook fan pages.
I thought that was really cool, actually.
It's very
so
cool.
actually, it takes special pages in different, like Turkey, I think was
Yeah.
one of them. Very
Yes.
cool. Well, Alex, thank you so much for your
Of
time
course,
today.
thank you very much.